So we'll call the Public Works meeting to order for Wednesday, December 6th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. And no roll. Yes. Approval of minutes. Do I have a motion? Second. Second. And all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay. No appearances? Any appearances online? No. No unfinished business. New business. A, discussion and consideration 2023 capital budget amendments for repairs and replacement of mechanics hoist. And I'll turn that over to Dan to describe what's going on.
Okay, thank you. We did receive word from our inspector that the hoist has been taken out of service because of the cracking in the concrete that the hoist rests on. So in the packet, there are some pictures that you all can see the cracking of the concrete. It goes underneath the bolt pattern. And apparently, when a vehicle is on a hoist, this could give way and topple. So the inspector took it out of service. The minimum work that we have to do is cut out the concrete, repair the base, and then put in new concrete. This the hoist itself was on my plan to replace in 2025 on a capital budget, but I'm seeking a request from this committee and city council to expedite the purchase of that hoist. Otherwise, we replace the concrete this year. When we get the new hoist, we would have to replace the concrete again because of the bolt holes that would be in it.
And then Dan, you mentioned that this particular hoist that we've had since 1998.
Somewhere in that range.
So 1998-ish, it's not well, it's not really designed for more modern vehicles now because our vehicles are much wider, right?
When we purchased the hoist, from what I understand, it was with the mindset of pickup trucks, sedans at that time. Trucks have gotten bigger over the years, and the reason for putting the hoist on the capital plan is to get a modern hoist, which is wider. Right now, we have the inability to open the doors on some of the larger trucks once it's in the hoist. So we would have the ability to sell the hoist by auction. We would send it to the state for auction. And then get the modern hoist that can handle the bigger vehicles, the wider vehicles. To pay for this, we would be using some balance that we have remaining in the Tecumseh Bridge and Wall Repair Project that would cover the general portion of it. Because the hoist is used to also service utility vehicles. We will be using reserves from the stormwater utility, sanitary sewer, and the water utility. The total cost that we're looking for is $29,500. On the proposal that we had from Midwest Equipment, they have tax on there. We don't pay tax, so that's not going to be paid. The vehicles that that the hoist services is by Ron. He's our loan mechanic. He does about 90% of all work that we have. Any warranty work that we have, we send out to the manufacturers to complete at their garage. He works on police vehicles, the lighter duty fire vehicles, and all of the remaining fleet for public works in the parks department. So the hoist gets used pretty much every day. And so we're seeking your permission, your approval to proceed with this purchase and replacement.
Any questions of Dan?
Is this like a state inspection that happens every year?
Yeah.
A quick question, Dan, you mentioned that that we're looking for savings in the current 2023 capital budget. I assuming those savings are realized or they're there?
Yeah, the project that we're pulling from has been completed, and we've had significant savings in that account. We had that originally budgeted for to be completed in 2022. We bid it out twice, and all bids that we received were well over our budget. So this is a project that we took on as staff this year. Then we had we piecemeal the contracts to a landscaper, and then we had an observer come from the stone company. So our total cost for this project was about $57,000, and we budgeted like $220 for it. So that's how much we saved using our own crew. So we have a lot of reserves. The money that we don't use goes back into the pot for 2024 and 2025 capital budgets. So we're only seeking to pull $7,375, or my bad, $8,775 out of the balance that remains from that project, so.
Tim?
Yeah, just out of curiosity, I mean, this needs to be done, there's no question. How thick is the concrete slab that's in there right now?
We
Do you
don't know
is it
that.
4 or 6 inches maybe?
Yeah, we don't know what's in there now because the hoist was purchased and installed long after the structure went up in nineteen
Been there a
eighty.
long time. Yeah.
Our goal is to replace it with 8 inches of concrete. It has to be tied in with rebar. And there's fiber that's added to the concrete nowadays to help give it additional strength. So that's our plan.
So you figure 8 inches is sufficient?
We do. We believe there's somewhere between 4 and 6 there right now. We won't know until we pull it out. But
Mhm.
we plan to beef it up so we don't have this issue again.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. And is it just around the footprints or the post bases, or will it be in a larger area? I
It'll
would
be
think
it'll
larger
be a
would be
larger
good.
area. The crack extends about 8 feet on an angle. So if you're looking west, the crack goes on a northwest angle. And then once it gets to the hoist, it goes under the bolt pattern, and then it goes to a seam. So
Mhm.
we're looking at probably about a 10 by 12 area of concrete that we're gonna replace.
Okay, yeah.
And our crews will do that in-house.
Mhm.
They'll pull it out, we'll bring in Dave Jones, and then we'll perform all that work. And then Midwest Equipment will come in and do the installation.
Sure,
But the concrete will be to their specification for that particular hoist.
okay. Very good, thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions?
What's the lead time for?
The latest update as of yesterday, I had mentioned to city council 2 to 3 months. Jeff has said about 5 months. So we are planning to install the current hoist in the next bay over. Do all the concrete work when the new hoist arrives, install the new hoist, take down the old hoist, send it to auction. The reason why we just can't leave it there is because the garage is set up with everything on the right side. All of our products, all of our machines are set up to complete maintenance in that bay. So,
This is one of the reasons council had to do something, because otherwise we'd get under money.
yeah.
Yeah.
The whole point is to get it on order.
But you still have a hoist tells.
We do, yeah, we just have to get it over there and installed, so for about 3 weeks now, we haven't been able to lift vehicles, but the plan here is within the next week or 2 to get it set up so we can begin lifting vehicles again.
Can I entertain a motion?
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Bye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Dan, do we have anything else?
Leaf collection ends this week Friday. The yard waste site will be open through the weekend and we're closing that down on Monday. It'll be closed down for the winter then. Leaf collection will pick back up in April. As far as that, all projects that are our projects, DPW are complete for the year. We're in the planning phases for projects that we're gonna start for next year. So if we have a slow time, it's right now, these next few weeks, so. Pelletary is all set to come on board, as soon as we hit January 1st. I think everyone I've talked to so far is pretty excited about having that switch and having a new provider for that service in Winona, so.
Gotcha.
They are sending out their educational flyer that should be in the mail this week if you haven't received it
Got it
already.
today. I
Okay,
got mine today.
yep. So, other than that, that's pretty much it.
All right. Does anybody else have anything? Any questions, any comments?
Are we gonna meet next month?
As of right now, I don't have an agenda for the January 3rd meeting. There's nothing on the list. So, unless something comes up in an emergency, I think our next meeting will be in February. Yeah.
Sounds good. Can I entertain a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
And all those in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Aye. Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays, everyone.
Everyone.
Take care.